Hey guys, it's Big Daddy Liberty here, your favorite fat boy. I'm in Tel Aviv here in Israel, and I'm looking to have a conversation with ordinary Israelis around, well, issues that essentially affect them. I do this often in South Africa, and I'm looking to do the same here with Israelis. And, you know, Israelis right now are on the cusp of the Purim festival, which is essentially a commemoration of or essentially the saving of the Jewish people from onslaught, from an actual dictator who's looking to annihilate the Jewish people. So this is a festival they hold annually at this time of the year, and you'll see from some of the people that walk by, I think, you know how they commemorate is they wear fancy costumes, and it's a whole festive time of the year. But essentially, with the festivities going on, I want to ask a bit more serious questions, which is, what does it mean to be an Israeli? What do you understand, or what do they understand by that? And, you know, with so much rhetoric that is passed towards Israelis on a day-to-day basis from across the world, including from South Africa, by the way, from certain vested interest groups like BDS. The question I want to ask and pose them is, you know, what do they think about the hatred that is directed towards them as a people, and how they think, firstly, the world looks at them, and secondly, what they think about those quarters of voices out there that are actually quite hateful towards Israelis, especially the more anti-Semitic voices, including organizations like BDS. So I want to be able to have a conversation with ordinary Israelis, find out what's on their mind, find out what they're thinking about, and hey, you're on the Big Liberty Show. Let's get the conversation going. Hey man, thank you so much for joining me on the Big Liberty Show. I'm sorry, I know you're waiting for your bus.
Yeah.
I'll make it quick. Look,
Right.
I'm asking ordinary Israelis the question. Firstly, what does it mean to be an Israeli to you? Or what does it mean to be a citizen of Tel Aviv?
Okay. So I like to refer to myself as a Tel Avivian, not as Israeli, because Tel Aviv is a metropolitan, which is different than the other cities in Israel.
Yeah.
More liberate, more open-minded. You can do whatever you want here.
Yeah.
And nobody gives a fuck what's going on with your life.
Awesome, I love it.
Which is more secular, you know.
Yeah.
We have religious people here, but
Yep.
live and let live and live and let die. This is the motto of this city.
Perfect. And that's the kind of society I think a free society fosters, right? The idea that you should have the freedom to do whatever you want to do, as long as you're not harming the next person. Now, maybe as a final question, I know your bus is on its way.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hate that is directed towards citizens of Israel, whether they are Tel Avivian or Jerusalem residents, etc.
Yeah.
A lot of hate out there. In fact, in my country of South Africa, there's a group called BDS, and
Yeah.
I'm sure we all know who they are. What do you think about the hate that's directed to you? Is it an accurate criticism of Israelis?
No, I don't think. I think it's anti-Semitic. Sure, we are not, like the Pope or something, but not that Christianity is so cool. But we do our shit, you know.
Yeah.
We're not. But I feel like there's more racism in it than criticism in it, you know.
Yeah. Hey man, welcome to the Big Liberty Show. I know you were just cycling past. I'm sorry for stopping you. But this show is about talking to ordinary people, not the politicians, not the famous people, the analysts, just ordinary, in this case, Israelis. And I'm asking this simple question. What does it mean to you to be a citizen of Israel?
It's a very difficult question because Israel is a Jewish country.
Yeah.
And this, from one side it's good, but for other side it's not so good.
Yeah.
Why? Because what does mean be Jewish country? It's what Jewish? It's some better group from others or not? I don't know answers, and I feel that's this is not right. This is not okay. And this is big question. What we have to do to improve this situation? In other countries like USA or like this, we not have some better race or something like this. It's not okay.
So you want Israel to be more of a secular country again? Are you saying it's becoming too much of a Jewish state? It should be more secular again?
No, we want to be more democracy people and democracy country.
Yeah.
But this is very difficult.
Yeah.
Because old, because all history what we have, this situations was born and in 1,000 years, and we here not because we want, we just here.
Yeah.
And we need some way to improve and some way to go for better place.
Yeah.
And improve our country. But we have very, very difficult problem here.
Last question. You know, it's often said that in Israel, obviously, there are, you know, so for example, I'm from South Africa and we have an organization there called BDS. Yes. And BDS often likes to paint Israel as an evil country where, you know, they segregate people by race, they segregate people by religion. What is your experience of Israel? Do they segregate people by religion? Do they segregate people by race?
Look, first of all, what BDS says, most of it says it's lie. But and the BDS have some facts and some true, but little true. We not have here some segregation or apartheid. It's not there. Yeah. But we have problems, and we understand the problems. I understand. I don't know if other people understand, but I think yes.
Okay. Let me ask you. Is Israel an apartheid state? Do they separate the races and the Arabs and the Jews?
So definitely no. In my opinion, I think that what the organization need to do, it's not to show the people just the picture like it is now, and just to teach them how we get to this situation after all these years. There is a history, and you need to learn how people get to a big problem. Yeah, it's a big problem. Nobody lie about this. It's a big problem, and everybody wants a solution, but you need to read the history and look what's going on and how we get to this situation, this complex situation.
Absolutely, man. Final question. Palestinians who live in Israel, do they enjoy the same rights as you as an Israeli?
It depends. It depends where they live. If they live inside us, so they have all the rights. They have they can go to university and they have all the rights. But if they live in the in the Yehuda Shomron
under the Palestinian Authority and Islamic Jihad,
so they don't have nothing because the government.
Exactly.
So this is the big problem, and now we will see what's going on with the next election.
What does it mean to you to be an Israeli?
For me, I think it's. I feel very honored to be an Israeli because, as you said, we are the only democracy here. Everyone joins the army at 18. Everyone shares the same experience. For us, being in the army is something that we tell stories about. We share, so it's a common bond that we have, and I feel like this is the place where everyone from everywhere in every place in the world can come and enjoy, and it's very fun here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm here right now and I'm enjoying it. Maybe let me just move it into a little bit of a controversial area. I'm from South Africa, and we have an organization down there called BDS. Now, BDS unfortunately is all over the world, and a lot of their messaging is firstly anti-Israeli, but in most cases actually anti-Semitic, to be brutally honest with you. But I don't know, what is your view of BDS? Do you think they are painting an accurate picture of Israel?
Okay, no, they definitely do not paint. As you said, you came from here, you were surprised by what we think. I think there's a misconception about Israel, the thing that we ride camels or something, and we might ride them in the south, but this is a city with everyone that can join themselves. BDS, it's very misleading, and I would say they're ignorant. They don't understand what it is to be here, and I think they should come and enjoy themselves, and
Final question, also a bit controversial, or maybe it isn't actually, you let me know. Is this an apartheid state? Is there a section for Arabs over here? And maybe I haven't seen it because I'm a foreigner, right? Is this an apartheid state?
No, definitely not. I come from Haifa originally, which is a bit northern. It's a city where everyone lives together, and where I study, there's both Arabs and Jews, and I don't see any difference here. Like, no, I would say definitely not. Everyone here coexists.
Do you feel, as Israeli young women, do you feel safe walking around the streets, whether it's during the day or in the evening? How do you describe life as an Israeli?
I feel safe walking around in the daylight. In night, I'm a little bit scary. But if I'm with my family, I'm less scared, and it's fun to be here. I don't feel like I'm not afraid someone will jump on me or something like that.
As a young woman, what do you think? Are your rights protected?
Sometimes, and sometimes no. When you hear in the news that a man attacked woman, so it's a little bit scary, and you don't want to go in the street in dress because you're afraid. But in the
places like here, you not be afraid because a lot of people here.
Yes, and it's very regular for us to go with dresses or short pants. So I don't feel very scared, but I want things to be better. I don't want to feel a little bit fear.
No, I totally hear that. So there are some places. So there are some places where you might not be 100% safe. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, that's fair enough. I think any society has those sort of issues. Final question. I'm from South Africa, and this is a little bit of a political question, but you guys are free to answer it if you want to. In my country, we have an organization called BDS. Now, BDS basically don't like, they don't really like Israel, to be honest. And they say a lot of things. For example, they'll say Israel separates the races, it separates Arabs, it separates Jews. Is that your experience? Does Israel separate people?
I think that people
I don't think so.
I think that people outside the country don't really know what happened inside it. And if you live in it, you understand that it's not really bad and huge like they presented it out of the country.
Yeah.
It's actually it's not good, but it's not really bad as they showed us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also I don't know what exactly BDS saying, but because of BDS, we really, as teenagers in Israel, we lose stuff. Like shows we want to come to Israel, they're not coming because of the BDS. And, but I don't think that this is the only thing you should judge us because of this BDS.
I agree.
Because it's not really like that. They're saying stuff like they maybe saying the bad stuff, but they're not saying the good stuff. So people are saying this is the bad stuff and not the good stuff.
Maybe let me ask a final question, guys. You guys are young Israelis. I'm assuming you're Jewish. Do you guys have Arab friends, black friends? Do you have a diverse group of friends, or are you separated by races?
I personally don't have Arab friends, but if I will have, I will not care about the religion. If I will meet someone Arab, I will be friends with him. My mom has a lot of Arab friends. And her cousin working with Arabs. And,
so no one separates you, basically?
No, I think that our generation is very open, very open and want to connect with all the races, all the people.
What does it mean to you to be an Israeli?
First of all, to be an Israeli for me is to be happy, to have all of my family around me, to do anything I want and know it's my place and nobody will try to take it from me.
Mm-hmm. You have your own country, your friends, your family, your own language, the culture, the Israeli culture and the Jewish culture, and it's a very special place for both Israelis and Muslims and Christians.
If you can see now it's Purim and nobody feel weird for wearing a costume and it's our holiday and we feel like it's
we belong here.
Yeah.
Is there segregation in this country between Arabs and Jews?
If you have a legal ID in Israel, it's not different than any other people in Israel. You have the same rights, the same things you have to do and you don't have to do.
I mean, it's the same in my country, right? If you are a immigrant to South Africa, you might not necessarily have all the rights of any other citizen, but you definitely aren't segregated from the society, I would think at least. Maybe as a final question, you guys seem very young. Is Israel a country that you'll be building a future in? Do you see a future in Israel, or do you maybe want to leave the country? What are your views on this?
I'm for sure leaving a family here because all of the people I know and grew up with, they're around me, and for me, to go away, not see my father for 1 week, it's terrifying.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
To be without your people, without your friends and family, but it's very hard here with the money. It's all very expensive here, and abroad it's much more. You have more. You pay.
Yeah.
You pay less
you pay
and
more
get
for the same thing.
Yes.
We pay less for
more. We pay more.
Oh, you pay.
Here you pay more.
Country.
I hear you. Maybe let me ask a final question on this in particular. This seems to be more of a real issue then for ordinary Israelis. The cost of living, for instance.
Especially young people. Yeah, it's really hard.
final question: Are you guys in university or are you still in high school?
We are in high school.
High school. Will you be looking to go to university after this?
For sure, yeah.
Yes. After the army, you have to get to the army.
It's really hard, because if your parents doesn't save the money and have them for you, it's like you don't really have the chance to go unless you go a year off and work and save the money hard.
Final question. I know I've been saying this because you see, you've interested me on a certain issue. It seems like ordinary Israelis like you guys have more everyday issues than what BDS says you worry about. What's more important to you? Your particular quality of life, right? In other words, getting an education and getting a job. Is that more important to you than the supposed racism that happens here or the anti-Arab sentiment? What is the most important issue to you as an Israeli? Is it racism or is it other issues?
I don't think it's racism. I don't feel it in the street in my day-to-day. I don't.
We live in the center. Yeah. We don't have a lot of issues here because we're not really regular to all of the problems with Arabics maybe or with Gaza. But in the center here, you live more freely, I think, and you worry more about your education and your work and your quality of your life.
Hey guys, Big Daddy Liberty here. I have moved. I'm in a different location. I'm near the beach and oh my goodness, it looks absolutely fantastic. It actually kind of reminds me of Durban, but let me not waffle on. I've been stopping people as they walk by, and shame these two were gracious enough to stop and talk to me. And guys, welcome to the Big Liberty Show. The question that I'm asking ordinary Israelis like you guys is, number one, loud car. What does it mean to you guys to be an Israeli? What does it mean to you?
It means we can do whatever we want. It's like a democrat country. Go to the army because we want to defend our country and not to fight. Yeah. So Israel, it's peace. We want peace and love. Yeah.
Now that's a beautiful thing, and really, it's. For some people who will be watching, it may even be a surprise, because in my country, for example, you have so many voices, and one of them is an organization called BDS. Now, BDS spreads a lot of disinformation about Israel. I mean, when I was in college, I even used to believe some of the stuff until I read and I said, oh, hang on, what's being said versus what is different. Now, again, sorry to go into your personal lives, but clearly you guys, I think you're dating. BDS often says that Israel is an apartheid state, that it separates Jews, it separates black people, that black people are not allowed here apparently, according to them. But you guys are dating. This is weird. Are you guys breaking apartheid laws?
No, we are together 5 years. Yep. And nobody tells us nothing, nobody looks strange. I think every country we have black people, they have a little bit racist because people don't know how to take another people. But after that, it's like a big word. It's not here. Everything is free. I can do whatever I want with whoever I want. So it's okay.
So no police officer is going to come and separate us now.
No apartheid.
No. Guys, thank you so much for your time. As I said, I really like talking to ordinary people. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Homie, she said 5 years. I'm hoping a ring is coming or something like that. I'm not going to say too much. Anyway,
it's on the way.
Guys, thank you so much. Please enjoy your day. Thanks. Guys, well, there you have it. Ordinary people in a country really which is one of the few democracies in the region. And, the idea that this is an apartheid Israel is absolute poppycock. I mean, I'm seeing young black guys over here, hey fellas, just walking by, chilling, enjoying the beach. So this weird notion that Israel is apartheid is really weird to me. I mean, I've said this before, Israel is diverse. The people here are diverse. I mean, here's some Asian people enjoying the beach, enjoying the sun. Hey, everybody. But this is the point I keep making, guys. One has to begin to separate the lies about Israel versus the actual truth. And sometimes all it takes is for you to come to Israel to actually experience all of the essentially the reality, you know. It's almost Shakespearean, isn't it? The idea of appearances versus reality. Hey guys, Big Daddy Liberty, your favorite fat boy. I hope you enjoyed the interviews today. They were really, really random. But I got a chance to speak to ordinary Israelis. Now, fair enough, these are Israelis in Tel Aviv. And Tel Aviv is a very sort of secular and, multicultural society. But hey, then again, there are other parts of this country that I have been to, which I've been vlogging about, and you've seen my vlogs, that are just as diverse, just as multicultural, so that the myth that is often pervaded by shill organizations like BDS, that this is a apartheid state, is absolute poppycock. And all it requires is for you to actually visit Israel to see what I'm talking about. This is a modern, functional democracy with the state's playing the role that it should play. In a little bit of criticism, maybe playing a bit too much of a role, but that's my classical liberal side coming out. But insofar as the state is playing the role of protecting citizens from foreign aggression and internal threats, Israel government, check, does that, absolutely does that. And you see that in your day-to-day interaction and just walking around. Families, families being able to walk around safely at all hours of the evening. Young ladies, women, not having the same level of anxiety in terms of gender-based violence that you'll see maybe in South Africa. To be honest, there were some ladies who said, look, hey, there are some parts where, you might get a bit of catcalling, but it's not like the levels of gender-based violence that we see in South Africa. This place it works, it's functional. And I say this in the context of right now in South Africa, you're sitting in a situation of load shedding. Residents of the Western Cape and Cape Town are still experiencing a drought that really, I just fail to see how politicians are going to solve it. And the one thing I got from Israel is it truly is a startup nation and an innovative nation, and really a people who just want to get on with things. There's two things they've resolved on. One, you need people, you need strong communities, you need good local leadership, where I have had chats with people who talk about their local leadership. You need local leadership that just helps ordinary families and people in communities to just get on with it, to focus on building families, getting employment, because the cost of living here is very high, and essentially building families, man. I often feel like we South Africans need to learn from this, you can definitely have the political debates, you can have the contentious stuff, but at the end of the day, ordinary people like you and me have to just get on with it. And that's not negating the past or forgetting history or ignoring any regional conflicts, as is the case here, or ignoring domestic issues in South Africa. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, though, don't be obstructive to the point where people who want to just get on with things, and I say this quite vehemently, don't be obstructive to the point where people can't do anything and you demand their attention all the time. You demand that they, in the case of BDS, that they appropriate a victim status, which essentially, then allows them in particular to lie, twist the truth, and actually flat out to be anti-Semitic. Now, the ocean's rolling in, and I think that's my cue to call it a day. And let me thank you guys for joining me on the Big Liberty Show. Look, as I said, I am wholly dependent on you, the viewers, the guys who enjoy the show, to support me and to support the show. You can do this by becoming a friend of the IRR. Quite simply, SMS your name to 32823, and you can make a monthly donation to the show and to the IRR, and it allows us to do this work of essentially prosecuting the battle of ideas, speaking in my case to ordinary people, getting their sense of what the ideas are. So please guys, please keep supporting me, and thank you so much to those of you who do support the show. I really, really appreciate it. It allows me to travel to places like Tel Aviv, to Israel, and all over South Africa, as will be the case when I then join you for the Friends of Liberty tour. I'm looking down because the ocean really is rolling in. But again, as I said, please, guys, I'm super appreciative of the support. And hey, if you're uncomfortable with SMSs because maybe they're archaic, you're welcome to support us online by going to www.irr.org.za/join. And you can sign up and become one of the many friends who are supporting the show and allowing me to do the work that I do. Yeah, guys, thank you so much. This has been Israel. I'll continue vlogging for the remaining time that I'm here. There are a few other episodes that are coming. I don't know how I'll order them, so I won't necessarily mention them now. But let's just say Israel's been a wonderful experience, and it's somewhere I think everyone, especially those seeking truth, should come and visit. Thank you so much to all of you who've been watching. Guys, this is the Big Liberty Show, and woo, this water's cold. I'll see you guys on the next one.